And welcome back to Build Propulsion Lab at JCON Europe, coming to you live from Cologne, Germany. And my next guest is Jonathan Vila.
Hello.
And for those of you who religiously watch Build Propulsion Lab, which is obviously the majority of you, you might remember we did the interview with Jonathan a couple of months ago at DevNexus, and now John is back. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So, John, yeah, we spoke about some stuff that you do with Sonar, code.better, right, at DevNexus. But today, let's talk about something different. Right.
Right.
I mean, Build Propulsion Lab, it's all about productivity, and I guess it won't be an over-exaggeration to mention that productivity today is all the rage with AI.
Yeah.
Right. So tell me, what do you think about it? What's your take on that?
Yeah, well, nowadays a lot of people are using AI-generated code. But we have like this perception that AI-generated code should be correct, or even should be secure, or even it should be clean.
Well, yeah, and if it's not, it's either we like get really upset and then turn off the feature entirely, or we just like, hey, this code is auto-generated, it's probably good, we don't need to do anything else, right? And both assumptions are wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently, it's not even that we are confident about the code generated by AI, because in the end, from several reports, only 40% of the code that it is generated is really approved by the developer using it. So we don't even are confident about this code, but if we go further, we will see that even that code is not clean, or is introducing bugs, or is introducing vulnerabilities. So definitely, AI-generated code is a way of starting something, but definitely not the final of status of something that we need to deliver in our repository.
Yep. So, but maybe it's okay. Maybe we just need to treat it as a draft, and then fix it before we just put it in production.
Yeah, you said it perfectly well. So that's the point. So it's not that we have to get rid of it, but we need to get it and review it. So we need in the end, I always say that when we are using a code generated by AI, what we are doing is to introduce a new reviewer in the process. It's you, the developer, that needs to review that code. But we need tools that can help us in order to check that code, that it is secure, not vulnerable, and clean. There are several vendors out there providing tooling that will help developers in order to be confident that code generated by AI is correct.
That was my next question. You know what? If I need to work so hard after I get this code from AI and need to review it line by line and understand what it does, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just do it myself. It's easier to just write code instead of reviewing the code of someone else, AI, and try to get into all the details of what it actually meant. So maybe I don't need it. But you mentioned there are tools that can help.
Yes, definitely. One of the points is that we need to use AI for the things that we need to use AI. So sometimes it's like I'm creating a connection to a database and I can't remember exactly how it is, the connection string, or I can't remember exactly which are the parameters that I can put into a camel path route. So yeah, AI can help me, but then I can use tools like SonarLint, for instance, that will check that code at the same time that I'm introducing it, saving time in order to not having to review it after it has hit the repository. So tools, linters, will check that code in order to check for securities, in order to check for clean code, even to check for good ways of doing things. I have a presentation about clean code, and I have an example about AI-generated code. And in order to create a stream and iterate it, it is not using latest Java 21 features. So in that sense, yeah, we need something that can tell us, hey, there are better ways of doing this than the one that AI suggested.
It sounds to me like, okay, we have something generated by a machine, and then we have another machine that checks it, and this is nice, but I wonder if those checks can be almost incorporated into the models. If we can somehow check the generated code before you dump it on me, then I will have to deal with more better quality code.
Definitely, you hit a very interesting point. Having those tools that know how the code should like, that are creating or fitting nice models or correct models more than the average accepted solution models. Definitely, that's a very interesting point, and I'm sure there are several companies already working on that.
I would say a code assistant from Sonar sounds like a good idea because it's not like generally, okay, that's a code assistant, but it's a code assistant that already has some of those checks built in.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting.
Yes, definitely.
So should we wait for an announcement or something? I don't know.
I cannot say, but yeah, definitely a lot of things are going to happen in the AI context for Sonar and other companies, sure.
All right. Okay. So here you have it, folks. Maybe expect some news. Maybe.
Maybe.
Jonathan, thank you very much for coming.
Been a pleasure.
It was a pleasure, and you stay tuned for more episodes of Build Propulsion Lab from JCON Europe because our next guest is right here, already waiting. So just a quick refresh of ticker and everything, and miking the next guest, and we will be right back. Jonathan, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.